Been such an awkward start to the stream. Guys, hold on. The fire alarm's on. Guys, hold on. The smoke detector's for some reason fucking going off. Could be... hold on. Live on YouTube. Hell yeah. There we go. Would be cool if this baseball bat produced sparks when hitting the concrete wall like the sword and Ronin. I guess it could be better just doing sparks and then it doesn't like eat your hit. That would also be pretty nice. Someone said that they were I'm pretty sure he has like a haunted fucking build. I don't know. He kept getting random ass fucking crashes out of nowhere. I don't know. One of the crashes was he would shoot an enemy on the Miami level that's across of the thing, and then it would crash his game. Let's see if we can produce the same crash. It's on this level. Some of you guys don't know that you could do this, but you can indeed do this. Watch this. This is a little trick for you guys. So he said if he shot an enemy from across, his game would crash. Okay. Don't know how that happened, but let's try retrying. What if I retry? Oh, wait, what? There's no checkpoint? Oh, I think there is a checkpoint, but you have to cross the threshold. I don't know how his game is crashing this often. I feel like it's like one of those things where it probably needs to like reinstall the game or something. Probably hardware related. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Some bugs I know it's my own fault, and then other bugs or other issues, I'm like, I'm so confused. I think part of it is hardware, but it's like I can't verify that. Like obviously I can verify if there's like a crash going on. Like what if I try... Oh shit, I don't have... I'm in the shipping build. I was trying to do God mode. No, I think they have so many consistent crashes that I think they should just reinstall the game. Hold on, let's see which weapon they were using. They were using the Deagle. And that crashed their game. Like right here. They also apparently have 2 instances of the game open. I'm not sure if that was, that was intended or maybe this version crashed and then they opened up the game again. I don't know. Okay, let's try using the Deagle then. Maybe there's something with the Deagle that's distance based. I don't know. They also are using the Deagle Ultimate, so let's see if I turn on the Deagle Ultimate. I also don't know how my gun aimed at that guy. That was kind of weird. Did you guys see that? How did that happen? Something happened there I don't really like. Got a cranny? How long have I been working on this game? Too long, man. Like 5 years, I think. So, which guy did he shoot at? Apparently it crashed here, unless he hit a guy like really far away? Like, I'm hitting enemies that are not even loaded in, so I don't know, I can't reproduce the crash. Maybe it's like something to do with like right here, being right here. No, I don't think so. I don't know why it would be something to do with that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't reproduce the crash, so it's like, if I can't reproduce the crash, unless there's a different step. Like, what if I reset the checkpoint here, like in the middle of doing this? I don't see any reasoning as to why that would randomly break. Maybe in slow-mo? Nope. I don't know. I don't know! I try to stand at the entrance and shoot the enemies from afar and it crashes. I don't know, dude. Yeah, Bill, Berger did mention the nail gun, but in this shot where he crashed, he's using the deagle. I genuinely think he needs to like verify his files because I think something's fucked on his build. I don't know. Because if it were something that was consistent, I'd be hearing a lot more complaints from people about those specific crashes, especially considering so many people use that to their advantage in the third person, being able to shoot enemies from afar. So I don't know. I literally don't know. You know, Cloudy, how's post 1.0 going? It's going okay, man. It's going okay. I think it's a constant battle. Now, one thing that I think is definitely an issue across all boards is I think there is a memory leak issue. I just don't know where and why it's occurring. What aspect do you think you spent the most time and money with while developing the game for the past 5 years? I think most of it has been level design and just creating content. I think that's the biggest thing. Maybe second would be like trying to polish the animations. Third would be maybe figuring out AI, because it's like the first time I ever do enemy behavior in a game, so Yeah, that would probably be the biggest one. Level design / environment art. That's a big time killer. Let me figure out another thing that's really been bugging me. The lighting in the second area, like the trucks level, for some reason, the lighting does not transfer over to an actual build. And so it looks like shit. This is what it's supposed to look like. Shadows on the landscape and everything. Or not landscape, these are template map floors, apparently. Which is maybe why it's not working. Quite perplexed as to why those are the meshes they are, which might explain why it doesn't work. Here's what it looks like in-game. So this level looks fine. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. I think the shadows on the trees could be a lot better. And the trees in general, their models could be a lot nicer looking. They're a little distracting. Not very pretty. Cinti acid ass trees. Yeah, I feel like the gameplay was not really the thing that took the most time. See, look. Oh, actually, never mind. I think the trees in general are not casting any shadows. Yeah, why are the trees not casting any shadows? You make the bad reviews yourself, unlike John Software? Wait, what do you mean, Phoenix? Yeah, the trees are not casting shadows. It's just the fucking trees for some reason. Even though we literally have it right here. Right here. Did you guys see that John Nanite admitted that he's not even working on in Unreal and making a game anymore? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? He literally admitted himself in a video, I'm not even making a game. You have so much critique on your own game and I think it's great. Yeah, listen. Oh, interesting. I did force volumetric. Maybe that's the problem. I think the reason why negative reviews hit hard is because at times I agree with them. Right? That's why I think negative reviews can hit hard, is because like I agree with them, right? In some reviews. Some of the reviews are like, this is a high school project. And I'm like, what kind of fucking high school did you go to where you have high school students that are doing shit like that? Like, that's fucking pog. Why didn't you get something from your high, you know? Yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna look at my project at the highest level, but I also have to be honest with myself, like what things can I actually do. Let's just do default for the light map type. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this stupid thing. Let me go to the actual level. I'll immediately believe that he doesn't actually make stuff. It's just like how I said a few months ago. I was literally saying this. There's either one of two things that occurs, or one of three. One of three things that could occur with John Nanite and his so-called game project that they were supposedly working on. One, they don't ever show it off, ever. They don't release it. Two, they cancel it. Or three, they do release it and it's a piece of shit, and they actually end up hurting their brand because they will lose all of their goodwill that they have with their so-called, I guess, community. High school project, my jaw would be on the floor if I had a friend who made this. Right, Raven? Like, what the fuck? During high school? I was doing game development during high school, but I was making, like, really shitty things that were going nowhere, that I was just, for the most part, learning a lot of aspects of game development. Okay, so these trees, man. These trees are fucking weird. Okay. So the trees were not casting any shadows for some reason. We did change that. So we'll see if that helps. Let's just build lighting real quick. Build medium, I guess. Yeah, I thought like some of the negative reviews I can understand. A lot of people are saying there's jank. I'm just trying to figure out which parts are the jank. Maybe it's the parts that I already know, which is like sometimes animations don't sync up necessarily the perfect location. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's like little inputs, misinputs that occur. Like, I did notice the baseball bat still hitting, even though I think I literally changed the hitbox of it. 30, 30, 20. Maybe that's not tall enough? I swear I did increase. What the hell was that? What was that? Did you guys hear? Did you guys hear that? That scared me. What the fuck was that? Oh, grunt attack prep. Dude, that fucking spooked me. Dude, that's the grunt swinging sound. Dude, I thought this was a player swinging sound. Yeah, I increased the hitbox size, but maybe it needs to be taller. Pretty sure that's not the location. I think that's actually incorrect. So that doesn't help me. There's a certain charm about the jank. I think some of it, definitely there's a bit of a charm, but I think the thing is, there's a part of the player base that thinks this game is like meant to be overly serious, like a Max Payne type of game or whatever. And I think that paints an incorrect picture of what like I intended with the game, was it being a little bit more on the arcadey comic side, not necessarily 100% like serious tone. And I think what ends up happening with that is that players end up getting a misconception of what the game is, I guess, trying to be. It's just trying to be, it's just a fun little goofy game. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make a fucking Max Payne killer. A lot of people are painting that picture, and I don't want that to be the thing, because then that gives the wrong idea for other people that try out the game. Yeah. One thing I admire the most is that you keep working on the game you released already and not switching to a new project. I could switch to a new project, but I actually think that would just be... I actually find a little bit of comfort just working on the same game. Obviously, at some point, though, we're just going to move on to the next thing. I just want to make sure that it's, like, feeling good enough. I thought this was the next GTA. Yeah, Brent? Yeah, thanks, man. Console release, Definitely Xbox. I have it on my eye. I have like the dev kits, so I just have to port the game and everything and get that working. Hopefully later this year, maybe. I'm just figuring out PC first. And then, yeah, Xbox definitely. I would love to do it on PlayStation as well. Just no promises at the moment. I don't want to make any promises yet. Because then that's, you know, false promises. I don't want to make any false promises. What were the other Z hitbox sizes? I think it was 30. Oh, these are 36. Maybe that's the difference. I did 36. This is a trace distance of 130. I guess let's do 36. Just to make it taller. Okay. Came for the John Wick sim, stayed for the John Wick sim. It never changes. It never changes. Johnny, what am I fixing today? Just a bit of everything, man. Just a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. I'll buy an Xbox to play this if I have to. Nah, don't do that, man. Don't. For my little goofy indie game. Because then at that point, it goes from a $15 game to like a $400 game just for my game. Don't do that, because then you have enormous expectations of the game. I'll see PlayStation. I imagine that's what you have, Brent, is a PlayStation? A PS5? Yodo Johnny. That designing and coding gameplay and visuals would take more time. Designing and coding gameplay and visuals, like those are two pretty big parts, right? Don't get me wrong, they're two pretty big parts. But obviously the biggest things that took the most time are the things that I had the least experience in. Level design was one thing that I didn't have that much experience in. And you can tell in the game, there's some levels that are not like the best thing in the world. I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it. And that's just because I was just learning. I was learning a lot. AI, learning a lot, you know. Gameplay was one of the things that I think I had a little bit more experience in, but obviously I'm still, you know, there's still some stuff that I could fucking work on, but. Any chance the campaign other than Toronto, Miami get more levels and bosses? I don't know about bosses. Bosses are a tough one to do in this game. More levels? I don't know. Probably not. I think what I will be focusing on is mod support. Just providing as much support for modders, so then modders can make new levels. I think that'd be really cool. Opens up more creative freedom and whatnot. I just don't know if I could make more levels. Yeah. It took a really long time to make the levels that we have now. took a considerable amount of time. It only hit. Been looking for your channel, love the game. Hey, hell yeah. Glad you're enjoying it. Fun is what games are supposed to be? Yeah. I don't know. I think the thing is it's just a little goofy game. It's just a little fun, goofy game. So many people are asking for like, add more progression, RPG progression and shit like that. And it's like, It's like, I get it. You know, I like progression in games too, but it's like, we got into a point where it's like, we need number go up everywhere. And, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Number go up. Every time I finish a level, I want to level up. I want XP. It's like, you know, okay, I guess. But, you know, what is this? Path of Exile? Fucking Diablo? RuneScape? You want a mining skill and a fishing skill and stuff? It's got some wood cutting in this game. You know, we got a forest here. We got tons of space for some wood cutting. You know, let's throw an oak tree somewhere. Yeah, battle pass. Let's get a battle pass. I hope the lighting is finally built in this level. I don't know why the lighting doesn't work. We'll see if this fixed it. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Look at Berlin and Hitman. It's super complex, but correct. The thing is, I try to make one level with Hitman's design in mind, making it very kind of open for the player to kind of go about it their own way. That was the art exhibit level. And I think it actually just kind of backfired because people liked the run and gun kind of move forward kind of aspect of you always constantly see what your next goal is. And I think the art exhibit essentially worked against that. Obviously, I improved it by making it a little bit more linear, but yeah. There's talks that they're going to make a AAA John Wick game. If given the opportunity, would you help them if they ask you to help? Honestly, I don't know. Kind of just want to do my own things. I don't know. Hey, thank you, Eben. Appreciate that. Like, I have that other game, Ronin. I think I would take a lot of the aspects of Suit for Hire into Ronin. I think the thing I'm worried about is trying to make a really fun sort of hack and slash for Ronin. It's going to be interesting starting fresh with a new fresh slate, game design slate. It's going to be interesting. I think I got lucky with this game. The whole concept of like hitting 7 shots in a row gives you your magazine back and stuff. I think that like, I think we like randomly came up with that idea on a whim in like the first few months of development. And I think that added a lot to the game. It's going to be interesting to find a way to do that for future games. It's going to be very interesting. We'll see what we end up doing. I think what I'd love to do for Ronin is really like bringing in that aspect of throwing enemies around and like doing active ragdoll. I think that'd be really fun, is like putting some elements like that. Maybe taking some inspiration from Arc Raiders. They do a lot of like physics-based stuff with their enemies, which I think is fun. Like robots, maybe being able to like shoot off their legs and shit. Like that could be kind of cool. Similar to how like what we were doing with like the zombie parody. That could be interesting. That could be kind of like a cool little element. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we end up doing for the next thing. I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot of like big gameplay changes for this game. Some people have asked for sliding, which I think would be cool. Don't get me wrong. I think a slide would be cool. Something that does feel lacking is like some in-between animation between crouching and whatever. It's just like, if I put sliding in, we need to make the animation look good. But then we also need to, oh wait, the shadows aren't here. Okay, I can test it in editor. So why not? They're right here. But then when I'm over here, they're not here. Stupid ass fucking trees, man. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you, trees? I know they have an LOD. But is that causing them to just not cast shadows anymore? Let's turn that back on to true. Good? Huh? I'm golden. Working on a prototype for a zombie shooter game inspired by Super Hot and Severed Steel? Wait, are you gonna have like a zombie game where you're like running on walls and shit? Yeah, I have thought about that, Aeon, like, but I think I would probably hold off on those kind of systems for like a future game. Like something that I was thinking that would be cool, but it's just like, if I start adding in systems like that, there's probably like, I'm gonna open up a whole bunch of new bugs, and that's my concern, mostly. Maybe? Let's see. If I do dynamic, does it show the shadows? Not even, it doesn't even show. That's really weird. These trees are haunted. Let's check their material. I don't know if that goes into if that's supposed to go into let's see, hold on. I wonder if that's just showing them as planes, or if that actually shows them as normal tree. Yeah, I don't think it's showing their opacity mask. So hold on. Shadow will be the alpha for this. See if that changes it. Yeah, I have thought about like cripple and stuff. It's like that would probably, I don't know. I feel like that'd be a different game thing for me, because it's just there's so much there. Like that's what I was thinking about the whole active ragdoll. Like I think for a future game, I don't know if I'd be able to get it in for this one. I think it'd be sick that you could like kick enemies and they end up like after a period of time they like start staggering and they end up on the floor and shit. The problem is for a game like this, I think we're too far ahead. Okay, I think I fixed it. I think it was their opacity mask was fucking breaking it. For a game like this, like it's so far ahead, I don't want to start introducing whole like entirely new systems that could just break the game. That's like my primary concern with it. Okay, this is finally not looking like fucking ass. Okay. Need to buy the DLC for Shadows. I really want to make a game too, but I have so much more to learn, even if I'm good at 3D modeling. Just take it one step at a time if you really want to do it, Phoenix. That's what I would say. Yeah, just do it. Just take it one step at a time. And maybe you end up really enjoying it. You know what I mean? Just take it one step at a time and see where the wind takes you. I had a feeling it wasn't the lighting. There was no way it was the lighting. Okay, let's rebuild the lighting again. Well, it's time to rebuild the lighting again. again. Which then begs the question, we should probably force volumetric on them again, similar to what I had before. And let's see if that causes any issues. Apparently, you do not want to cast static shadows on trees because it's just very expensive doing that. Yeah, I think if I were to do cripple stuff and like enemies falling over and shit, I think I'd probably leave that off for the next game, most likely. And that would probably be like an integral part of that game's identity, is the whole, that whole aspect of physical animation and stuff. Yeah. I think if anything, hey, any game devs in here, fuck it, there you go. There's an idea. Do a John Wick style inspired game and do a bunch of like hitbox related stuff. I think there's still huge space for like a really fun action movie style type of game. I could see it going very far, like Bourne, maybe like a Bourne style story. That could be sick. That could be cool. You know what I mean? With some like active physics. I don't think I've ever seen a game. Now, I don't know if this is like, I don't know how easy it would be. I don't know how easy it would be. I don't think I've ever seen a game that has a grappling mechanic that's like fun to play around with. Like even my own game, it's not perfect. You know, it's got its issues, and it definitely did not go as far as I like envisioned it. It'd be cool to see like a grappling mechanic that's like really cool. Like being able to fucking throw enemies over like railings and shit. That's something that'd be sick. You know, I was watching, I'm watching this Korean show called Good Boy. And they have like really goofy fight scenes, but it's fun. It's like a fun, goofy, you know, kind of thing. It's not like horrible. And they always like grab fucking goons and they're like throwing them into other goons and like start dragging like a group of like 7 dudes. You know, things like that are I think like just kind of fun. You know what I mean? It adds to that spice, that like John Woo kind of, you know, spice that you'd get from like action sequences. He's a cool guy doing cool stuff. Hey, we're just a chill guy. We're just a chill stream, you know, just get some shit done, you know? Have a good time. Would Super Hard feature a Hotline Miami reference? If it already exists, please forgive. I haven't played 3 yet. There's like kind of Hotline Miami. Not like really, but kind of. It's more like just random little things. Like we got a couple achievements that are like little callbacks. Or little inspirational quotes and whatnot. Not inspirational quotes, but you know, little quote references. Shit like that. But nothing crazy. What? Bum, bum, bum. Jeez, look at the difference of quality. The lighting could probably do with a little bit of work. I don't want to go overboard though, because then we end up making things feel not very performant because it's all dynamic shadows, which got pretty rough. Jacket skin soon, perhaps. Well, hey, people are already figuring out how to mod in cosmetics into the game. I'm sure players will some modder will probably put in some stuff. I'm gonna put in some there I go. I am gonna put in some, probably gonna change up some stuff in the outfit system to make it so modders can easily like add in things without having to like I think the problem right now is you can only play with one modded outfit at a time, because what modders are doing is they're replacing current cosmetics rather than adding in new ones, if that makes sense. You guys know what I mean? So I think something I'd like to do for modders is make it so they can just add to the slot system. I think that'd be kind of cool. I just got to figure out how. Like, what's the best way of doing that? I can picture a data asset, and then the system like goes through a folder and tries to look for any of them. Like, that could be one way of doing it. But then the modder needs to have that data asset. And I have no clue what the rules are, what the Epic Game rules are for, like, distributing a public project. I know you could do it on Epic Game Store. I wonder if I could just, like, distribute a project on GitHub or something. Like a really simple, empty project with just a bunch of data assets and whatnot. Change out the game data to my texture pack. Yeah, that's the simplest form of modding, is just swap something out. I wouldn't mind getting some stuff in. I know Mike on our Discord is working a lot on like a custom mod loader, some custom weapon models and stuff like that. He's got a whole like he's got like a GTA style phone for you to like load levels and whatnot. But I do want to make it so loading custom levels is like in the main menu. I think that'd be cool. Like built right into the game and whatnot. I think that could be kind of sick. That could be cool. Yeah, it is cool to see some modders already doing some stuff. Pretty sweet. Gala? Can you make a little editor in-game where people can upload their own assets and export it as a mod? The problem is Unreal works off of U assets, and creating my own importer would probably be absolute hell to put in. So for people to mod the game, they basically just launch Unreal Engine. It could be like an empty project, and as long as they follow any of like the guidelines that I'll probably write out some like tutorials and stuff to do that. You know what I mean? Some little documentation, make it as easy as possible for people. As long as they follow those things, should be relatively straightforward, I think. Focus on working out. Hey, get a good pump in, or whatever you end up doing. Peace out, Eben. Or Eben, sorry. I'm having a long day. Fire alarms and everything. It's great. Would modders be able to modify the player skeleton to add their own characters / animations for them? I'm not sure about animations. You could probably swap out an animation. You can add your own characters. I did see that, like the thing that's really nice is, the game just works off of the default UE4 skeleton. So it's like, all you got to do is just follow the UE4 skeleton. And for the most part, you're basically good to go. Now, modifying it, you could probably add in custom bones, as long as they're not conflicting names with other bones. Would it be its own editor, or would it be Unreal Engine? It would probably just be Unreal Engine. Like, I think ideally what I'd want to do is release like a dev kit or something. Some kind of like mod kit. So you like boot up a project and it has all of like some of the basics. And then I feel like that would be cool. I just got to figure out, well, for one, I got to make that kit. And then two, I'd have to figure out where I can release that within Epic's, you know. Like, I wouldn't upload any marketplace assets. It would literally be like a very stripped version of the project, basically. Some of the systems probably wouldn't even be there. There'd be like a really basic character controller, maybe. Something like that, just so you can like test out levels or whatever. That's probably it, honestly. And then all of the like different blueprints and whatnot. Gotta run and get back to work. Hey, sounds good, Feldy. Sounds good. Good luck with the work. If you ever need any editing or cutting done for YouTube, make sure to let me know. Dude, I've not even thought about, like, I've thought about what my next video is gonna be, but I haven't been focusing on the YouTube at all, but I appreciate it. Hey, peace out, Feldy. You do that, I'd strongly recommend taking a look at the new templates for UE 5.6. They would offer a proven conduit to any project for third-person testing. Well, I'm not making the project in 5.6. It's all in 4.27 right now, so... Do you mean like looking at it as inspiration or as a reference cat? Is that what you mean? Would I add the ability to zoom in with the sniper? Some people have been asking for an aim down sight. I thought about it. It's just the thing is, if I were to do an aim down sight, could I also make it so top down players could take advantage of it as well? Scope detected? Yeah. It's definitely like, I thought about it, and I've been thinking about it, but I'm not going to promise it. I can aim down sight button. One reason to pick up a sniper because it's just a less ammo shotgun / rifle. The difference with the DMR or the sniper versus the other weapons, the sniper penetrates enemies. And I also think it's a bug, but I'm going to leave it in. It also penetrates vehicle models for some reason as well. I don't know why, but it penetrates the vans. I don't do with that as you will. But it does penetrate enemies, so you can do like collateral kills and whatnot. So that's kind of like the unique thing about it. Would we be able to put in really detailed models? Well, if you use Unreal Engine, you'd be able to import your own models for sure. You'd be able to import your own models. I'm gonna make a video game alone, speaking with people is scary. You just gotta train yourself. Just practice. Practice talking to people. Just practice talking to people. Okay, so what is causing the reload to get canceled? Oh, it's Hitman. Interesting. I was like, what the hell is this track? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make it because the thing is, you can continue a reload while punching. It's technically a bug, but I feel like if we can do that with melee, we should be able to do it with while dodging. I feel like it makes more sense dodging than punching. So let's make it so dodging does not cancel the reload. Well, would you look at that? Stop animontage reload. Okay, what if I go ahead and override that? Well, looks like it's continuing without an issue. I had at least 6 times where I keep shooting. Yeah, it's technically weird because your reload continues when you're melee attacking. But I feel like it makes more sense if it continues while dodging. But honestly, I think from a playability standpoint, let's just do that. Let's see if diving causes it to cancel as well. Let's see here. We've got dash, but then I think we have a dive button input somewhere in here as well. Here it is. Okay. Let me make sure that's not bugged. Let's do B. Okay, something else is stopping it. What else is stopping it? Dive, blah, 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 blah. Cancel throw, sidestep. Maybe it's in the sidestep that's stopping the reload. Although that wouldn't make sense because the dash was doing it perfectly fine. So I think it's in start dive. What you doing, hey? What you doing? I have a feeling it's just stopping all animation montages. That's probably what it's doing. No, I think it's just a conflicting animation. Oh wait, montage stop. Aha. But then the problem is that stops all... And we probably want that there. This kind of suck. Okay, well, at least dodging... at least it works for dodging. That's a start. I don't want to fuck with this because it could get really... This could get really gnarly very, very quickly. Because if I unhook this... Like here's what would happen if I unhook it. So if I punch... As you could tell, things go wrong very, very quickly. Unless I broke the game, which, you know, is also very possible. Oh, it looks like it's fine. Oh yeah, Sound. Hopefully you said you got a sales job? Hope that goes well, man. What? Not yet waiting for interview part 2? Well, I hope it goes well, man. I always wanted him to say stuff like, take this when jumping and firing a sit down. Maybe one day, man. Maybe one day. Okay, well that's a good start to a change. Input queuing for reloading. Okay, so another thing that some people I guess are experiencing is that they will immediately hit the reload button when dodging. And sometimes it won't play it, obviously because you're in the middle of an action. And I don't think we have input queuing for reloading. So you can imagine that obviously causes issues. So, I also noticed a bug with firing. Let me see if that's somewhere in here. How did that happen? Wait, how did that happen actually? Hmm. Hmm. When mod support is complete, would you prefer Steam Workshop or Nexus mods? I'll try to figure out the Steam Workshop. If I quit the game between checkpoints, will it save where I left off? Yes. As long as you, if you are in like a level, as long as you don't start another level, it will keep the progress of where you were. I don't think we're gonna do any audio. Little one-liners though, guys. If I gotta be honest, I don't know if I want to do any one-liners. I think someone said, what was the... You try to hit a door. Actually kind of annoyed that it's not hitting the door. Hold on. Somebody said that they found a bug where... We gotta fix that, or we gotta change that at least. I think it's going in the direction of the player character and not forward. I think that's kind of annoying. Well, I gotta figure out what... I gotta look at that bug report again, because I know somebody pointed it out. There's something going on when kicking a door. Oh great, another game about doors. It's always the damn doors. In reality, it's about breaking glass. It's just, it really sucks because our actual breaking glass of VFX is still disabled. I cannot figure out why it's still crashing the game. And I refuse to re-enable it because I tried re-enabling it one time and it was still broken, and that pissed me off because like I had to do a quick hotfix patch. No, not bro. I wasn't trying to do a pun, like broken glass, broken. Does it produce any crash logs? It points to something in Niagara, and I don't know what's going on. It's something in the source code. Something's wrong with using static meshes on Niagara particles or something. Or something went wrong. Maybe that like Niagara particle effect is like corrupt or something, the Niagara system. I don't know. Yeah, I'm on 427.2, 427.3, whatever the latest 427 minor version is. Okay, so if we want to add a input buffer for reloading, let's look into getting that done. I could probably just copy paste this. So what it's going to do, it's going to check if the input buffer is none, the position of the animation that we're currently checking for. And I also want to check if for these parameters as well. Because I don't want to try to reload. When we don't have anything to reload with. Remember correctly, there's a 427 Plus, which is basically the latest 427, but with additional UE5 bug fixes backported. But that's a source engine version. I think I've seen 427 Plus. What is the what are the change logs for that between 427 and 427 Plus? Yeah, I see 427 Plus. Hold on, I'm looking through the different submits. You know the problem? I think there's one problem if I were to switch to a source version again, which by the way, the last time I did that, everything fucking broke. That was great. Would modders have to use... No, I'm not on source. I'm on launcher version, Peter. Would modders have to use the source version? Because that would add a huge, like, blocker, I feel like. Oh, there's a lot of submits, man. A lot of it is like, I don't know what Bink is. What the hell is Bink? There's a bunch of like shit I don't really care about in here. Like a lot of stuff I don't really care about. Bing is the video codec epic, but oh, okay. Like a bunch of Bink related stuff in here. Bunch of Android stuff. Yeah, I don't really know if I see any yeah, I don't know if I really see anything like interesting. Like at least from these commits, I don't really see anything too like um yeah. I don't really see anything too helpful for me. Besides some like pixel depth, scene depth mix up. Wait, what is the edit here? I don't even know what the edit is. This didn't change anything. Oh. Fixed checks for block size, and that's on D3, D11. Huh. I wonder if that would cause any crashes on D3, D11. Like it could be, maybe it could be that as a D3, D11 thing that's like rendering based. Um, I wish I could just, man, I wish I could just merge this shit into the launcher version. You know what I mean? That'd be like, that'd be nice. Just merge this shit into the launcher version. What needs to be bug fixed now? We got like 14 hot fixes. I know, right? The one big one is the doors not breaking down properly. It's one thing I'd like to fix. We got a bug with the gambler modifier breaking. The rest of it is kind of like polish and whatnot. We got this bug here. But it's like you have to really be explicit with doing this. You gotta like restart. You gotta open up the pause menu while holding a body shield and then reload the game. Drop some funky music for your pause menu. Might be fun in the Discord. I'll take a look at it later. Where is it at? In the hashtag Too Fire, okay. 1970s style. Set default max FPS. Somebody wrote a negative review. Literally, one of their points was the game doesn't have max FPS by default. It's like, motherfucker, everybody, what? Open up your settings menu, motherfucker. What do you want from me? We should like force the player to have their settings menu open on startup. I'm starting to understand why games do that. First boot up, they make you do some settings. I guess that teaches the player what kind of settings are exposed to them, I guess. Kind of a smart idea. It's the thing I always go to first. Me too, because like most games, I have to change my sensitivity and stuff like that. So it is kind of perplexing when people don't really do that, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, these are some pretty good changes so far. Oh yeah, input queuing. Let's get this done. We already got started with this. So the idea is, let's check if it's actually... Yep, it's queuing it. Now we just need to call that queue. I don't know if that's I don't know if that gets called at the end of a dash. Wait, how do we call at the end of a dash? Hold on. I don't really know how we're calling that. Oh, fire gun queue. That would probably explain it. Damn. Okay. Let's put it in here first. So if input buffer is equal to reload, I don't know if we have a custom event for reload. We're gonna find out. Nope. Let's go ahead and make one. User default settings. It might be a user default settings kind of deal. Yeah. Okay, let's see if that works. So we're gonna start with punching and then going into reload, I guess. I think it's because a montage is playing. Also doesn't help that we're clearing the input buffer after the fact. Actually, no, hold on. What are we using in Fire? Montage is active. Not montage is playing, montage is active. Try that one instead. Hey, Wendy, you're done with Super Hire now, right? I'm still doing a couple little patches, but... I could not tell if the input actually buffered there.
Shit my pants, I did.
Herm. Let's do this one instead. Wendy, thank you for the prime. Thank you. Oh, I gotta move my knee. For some reason, I got like a big bruise on my knee, and I gotta like... I sit cross-legged, which is not very good. How many wishes did I have before 1.0 release? I don't remember what the number was. I think it was like something like 10,000, something like that. 20,000? Something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, Wendy, thank you for the prime, by the way. Am I going to work on Super Hire 2 now? Probably Ronin. I'm thinking Ronin, maybe? I don't know. But I would probably take a lot of the things I wanted to do with this game and move it to Ronin. I think that could be kind of cool. Maybe. I don't know. Picked this game up because of the third-person view and got like 10 of my friends to get it. Amazing game. And thank you, Facelift. And thanks for recommending it to your games, to your friends as well. I appreciate that. And I hope they're enjoying it. I hope they're enjoying it as well. I think the modding could be really fun. I think if I were to remake the game now, I would definitely go in a much more sandboxy direction with the game. Because then if we went in a more sandboxy direction, I feel like the potential for modders to just be able to kind of do their own things could be really, you know, it could be a lot of fun, but, you know, 'tis what it is. It is what it is. I'd be interested to see what modders are going to come up with these days. Wonder what a multiplayer mod, like a 1v1 game mode, would be like. I don't think multiplayer would work very well. Like, the base movement might work. Like, let's see. Let's fuck around with it. You know, let's have a little fun with it. Where the fuck I am? Guys. Yeah, I don't think multiplayer is gonna work very well. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know where the hell I am. That's not how that's supposed to work? Are you sure? Yeah, I don't think it is at all. Like, let's see. Does our guy see the guy? Does our guy see the guy? Where's the guy? He's over there. Is that him? Right there? Is that our guy? There's only one player character. That's not our guy. Hey, that's our guy. Yeah, but you can see there's nothing working in multiplayer. Like, none of it works in multiplayer. Aiming doesn't even the simplest thing like aiming doesn't work. Why does that not work? What happened? I can hit myself. PvP! Wait, I'm hitting myself. I'm hitting myself. Am I doing co-op? No, I'm not gonna do co-op. There's too much work to get this shit to work in, there's too many things that we'd have to do to get multiplayer to work. It's too much work to do it. You need 2 player starts? Well, I put 2. But that's obviously not, you know, there's a lot more that you'd have to do to get that to work. Looks like it could be fixed in a week. No, I'm not even gonna try, guys. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna be honest. It's really funny to me that the biggest rave people have is about having fun in third person, and that was tacked on near the end of dev. Well, you can see, Wendy, all of that extra detail work that I did stupidly, while only having the game in top down, I think it kind of helped in the long run, because once I put third person in, it was just a case of making it, the inputs feel at least acceptable. Like, they're not perfect. It's very like Deadlock-esque, where it's like you're aiming directly where your crosshair actually is in the world and whatnot. But we got shoulder switching, you know, which for some reason a lot of third person games don't have. What's wrong with you? The fuck's wrong with you? Put some shoulder switching in. Stop doing that. Like, where's the shoulder switching? Just thought it was so funny how many reviews are like, I don't care about the top down, the third person rules. Well, you know, that was kind of like the idea, is exposing the game to other people, right? Like from other that are interested in different kinds of camera perspectives, and I think it worked pretty well. Yeah, Andrew, Unreal has built-in like basic replication. It's like movement, as you just saw. Like here, let's do this. Play as a listen server. Movement is one of the things that's already replicated by default, but you can see that the rotation's not replicated. I'd have to like do a bunch of stuff there. Crouching is working. Let's see. Can I can punch myself. It deals damage to myself because that's funny. But you can see he's. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, it would be too much work. Imagine like, yeah, it's just too much. That's a whole different game at that point. I'd make a whole different game. You're following your devloggers every now and then, picked it up and it's pretty funny. Thank you, Ryan. Glad you're enjoying it. Haven't been able to catch a stream since launch. This game's fucking sick. How's the bug fix been going? It's going okay. It's going okay. We're squashing some things here and there. But thank you, Goblet. Glad you're enjoying it. Multiplayer, just ship it. It's fine. It's easy. Like, we could fix... The thing is, I don't know how to do multiplayer. That's something I want to learn. I want to learn how to do multiplayer. I just don't think this is the game that I want to use as a learning mechanism. You know what I mean? We would need an entirely new death system. We'd need a lobby system. We'd need to fix all the mechanics on the inside. We'd need to... It's too much. It's too much. I'd rather just make a different game. This project has to end someday. Right. I'd rather make Ronin co-op. You know, if I can get Ronin to be co-op, that could be sick. Am I a gazillionaire now? No, I'm not a gazillionaire. I'd be sweating balls if I was a gazillionaire. I remember this was a 6-month side project. Me too, man. Me too. You know, me too. Okay, so why is reload not occurring after the input event? Oh, wait, it seemed to work there. Wait, hold on. Okay, it's working after dashing. Okay, now we just have to do after punching, which the only difference is that is in a different script. Somewhere. Over the rainbow. Okay. Right here. I don't know why it's in 2 spots. Don't ask. Do not ask me. The problem is it's going to call montage as active. Let's do this. Toggle breakpoint. So it's false. Resume, and then it's going to try it again. Huh. Did you figure out the crash? I think it was because of the glass. What if we did Crimson's Fantasy next? I'm gonna have to deal with that guy that thought I stole his name. You guys remember that guy? He made like a diss track on me. You guys remember that guy? I remember that guy. Unfortunately. By the way, that guy disappeared. I like looked up his YouTube channel. It's like hasn't uploaded. What happened to him? Do you have a link to this track? No, I don't know where it is. The guy threatened me. He was like, if you don't put me into the game that you're making, and if you don't let me work with you, or else. That was like, let me help you with this project, or else. That was basically... It's pretty funny. It's pretty... Oh, it's fucking... It's so funny. Should have turned him into a boss in the game. Should have turned him into a waffle. I should have turned that motherfucker into a strudel. That's what I should have done. Do you remember the guy who tried to buy your game IP for $5,000? Oh, yeah. Hey, how much to game? And I'm like, what do you mean? How much to buy the game off you? I was like, 500,000. Should have asked for more. Man, he was reluctant. Do not see fear as a good motivation. I want investment. Oh man, I gotta rewatch Breaking Bad. Loving Suit for Hire? Thank you, Mark. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That is so funny. Let me help you with Crimson's Fantasy, or else. His YouTube channel name was Crimson Fantasy, and my project name was Crimson's Fantasy. And he took offense to that. And he thought that I was going to steal his viewers. I don't remember how many subscribers he had. But yeah, that was a funny story. That was a funny story. I'm sure someone started watching you make this, got married, and had a kid in the time it took you to release this. Well, listen, I had a kid and released this game. But this is my kid. You could say this is a kid, I guess. It's 4 years old now. It's a 4-year-old kid game. Kerm silenced him before he could expose him for stealing. It was a funny little moment. He got his like viewers to post in my YouTube comments and shit. It was a very interesting time. The internet's a very interesting place. It also reminds me of like some random game streamer. Back when the game was in early access, some random game streamer came into my chat, and he got his viewers to also come into my chat and beg me to give that guy a key. And obviously I didn't give him a key. I was like, email me. You're going to send me an email. He sent me an email. It's like, give me key XD. Or some shit. That was the entire email. There was no, hello. Blah, blah, blah. Cheers. Blah, blah, blah. No, it was just, give me, hey, can I have a key? XD. Smiley face or something. Obviously I didn't give him a key. He bought it himself. And then I think he spent like, I was watching his stream when I ended my stream. He spent like 20 minutes asking his chat if he should refund the game. And then I don't know. I'm sure he probably refunded it. That's fine. But it was some funny experiences. Some funny experiences. Yeah, you know, very professional. Yeah, extremely professional. Oh, God. Yeah, some very interesting experiences. Where's my statue in the game? Andrew, you haven't sent me I need to find... I lost the notepad file that had everybody that was supposed to get something. I still want to put those things in the game. So you can let me know what you want me to put in, and I'll put it in the game somewhere. Yeah. As long as it's not like something fucking crazy. If it's like a little spaceship or something, I'll do that. I can put that shit in. Yeah. I want a custom gun. I don't remember. I know Andrew had a 10 million poly spaceship. I know Andrew had, I think, a painting and a custom statue model. I think he's one of the people that had it. I don't know the other people, and I really apologize. That's on me. I think it was when my hard drive started having issues and I needed to get a new hard drive. I like lost the notepad that had all the people's names. I've been meticulously watching your stream, remaking your game blueprint by blueprint. Yeah, good luck with that. You're gonna have a lot of fucking spaghetti and a ton of bugs. So, yeah, have fun with that. Yeah, have a good time with that, okay? Okay, let's see if maybe I override this and we just go straight into reload action. Oh no, I shouldn't do that though, because then you end up... It's this, man. Montage is active. I need to... Do I know Alana Pierce? I don't know that name. Sorry, I'm not Northern Lion. I don't know everybody's name. I'm an idiot. I don't know anything. I know nothing. I know Sherman who really wants to be a game dev, but they mostly affiliate with other projects and act like a project lead. I think that's that's cringe. I think that's extremely cringe. X Rooster Teeth, gamer, etc. Okay, don't put gamer as a fucking... Gamer! Yes, it is I, the gamer. I was a gamer. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Me too. I too am gamer. Okay, so what about them? I don't know them. How many bugs are left? You know, a couple, and then I'm sure like it'll multiply as I try to fix other things. So, in reality, it's not just this list, it's probably a bunch of other shit too. Gamer, reader, driver, ass wiper. Shot caller. That's, I don't know why that reminded me of the song. I don't know why. I'm conflicted on her because I like her ambition, but she often misrepresents people in the industry as well as her own position. Who gives a shit? That happens everywhere. We're fucking cooked anyways, man. We're cooked anyways. Let's be real. Let's be real. People have huge misconceptions of everything. The internet is mean. It is, man. It is. People nitpick about everything. Look at the size of Crim's nose, for example. What's up with that? Motherfucker, let me tell you. The size of my nose allows me to have a perfect breathing capability. Unlike your ass, who has to probably breathe through their mouth. Like, listen here, okay? My nose, the size of my nose, allows me to have peak performance. They tried to basically destroy her rep. I'm sure, like, listen, you could probably say the same thing about pirate software and whatever, you know what I mean? Everything's kind of blown out of proportion for pirate software as well, to an extent, just because people hate the shit out of him. Probably because they saw him in a fucking short and they just hate his voice or something, or whatever. Like, I don't like him because I just don't really like his vibe. And that's fine. Like, it's just personal opinion. I'm not gonna go out of my way to fucking destroy him, though, because... whatever. That's the internet, man. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. I feel like it wasn't always like this. Yeah. You should look at the size of your forehead. I have a perfectly sized forehead. It's like normal. It's a normal sized forehead. What are you talking about? Where the fuck I am, man? Montage is active. Can we check if it's blending out? Blend. Shit. I think I used this node. Fire. Fire gun. Fire gun. Oh, okay, fine. Just don't. Here we go. Fire gun Q. Input event fire. Oh, shit. Ow. 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 Let's do that. I like that. Let's do what that guy's doing. Where's my reload? Show me the reload. No, go to reload. Reload? No, reload. Oh man, mother. Go to reload. So, first off, we check that we are not dead. Check that we can fire. Very good. Then, additionally, we probably want to do these two checks, which we already do here, but we'll do it again. Because I'm stupid, and my fucking potato code. What is this stream? A fashion sentence? Man, don't even talk about that. I wear Star Wars shirts and Epic Games shirts. There is no such thing as a fashion. It's not a thing in the stream. Well, let's take a look. What you got going on, Ben? What you got going on? Yeah, cool, man. I'm telling you, once you start playing around with physical animation, it's it'll add some oomph to the enemy hits. We should also check that we are not reloading while reloading. Not reloading while attempting to reload. You know, that's probably a good idea. And then we can allow an execute to go while reloading. Yeah, let's put that in there. God, oh God, big and whatever, man. You can coding Jesus can look at my code. I don't give a shit. Listen, I'm not a professional. I'm just a fucking idiot. I know it's bad. Listen, there's a difference. I know it's bad. There is a difference between me and other coders. I know it's bad code. Okay, we're doing the reload. We're going in. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. Okay, for some reason now, after punching, we no longer reload. What the shit? Can fire. I bet you that's the problem. Shit. What is false? True. True. False. True. 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 Can fire is false. Where does that get set? Where you at, dog? Let me take a look. What the hell? Where am I? Punch. Melee punch. Melee punch. Guys, when coding, you got to get a Copilot AI to assist you. It'll save you any hairs from being pulled from your head using Qt 4.0. I want to only use those as an assistant for code that I already know. I don't want to rely on it too much because I feel like that could create a bad foundation for my C++ skills. And I want to really like I'll probably use it to explain code, but not using it like, not yet, you know what I mean? Like Copilot and stuff like that. I want to use Copilot as like a way to speed up my writing of code rather than figuring it out. Yeah. You're a professional. Professional's a person paid to do something. Don't call me that. Let's not start a precedent here. I'm a doofus. There is a difference. I'm a doofus. Oh, I think reset melee combos is being called. And this ends up not being reloaded. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Reset melee combos, what does it do? Oh, I think it just resets them. Motherfuck. I feel like it should reload there. They have an agent mode. What does agent mode do? Crim's a professional procrastinator. Hey! I don't know what to say. I'm just snapping my fingers and pointing. Apologies for my disrespectful pointing. Studio, GitHub Copilot using Cloud for an agent mode. If I'm to be priced as running through an entire project right now and updating every single nasty bug I could possibly imagine. Interesting. Is there a Copilot for Writer? Because I use Writer, not shitty VS 2022. Whenever I make a course for people who want to start making games, I'm actually working on something, Aeon. I just haven't been able to work on it. It's called the Crimson Unreal Manual. It's come. Yeah. I just haven't been able to work on it, but I plan on doing like there's like a couple things in here. It's like, hey, get started. Here's some little hotkeys and just kind of like it's like a self-teaching tool. So it'll kind of go through like different systems and whatnot. And then I just haven't been able to work on it lately. So the idea is to like use this as like a guide, like a guideline, and then you kind of do your own thing and learn, and then you can use this to kind of like, you know, it's gonna be free. I don't want to make money from education stuff anymore, because I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit. Just buy one of my games. That's more than enough. And I'll just release that shit for free. That's fucking whatever. This is documentation updated to 5.6. I don't know when I was working on that. That was probably like 5.4, probably. A lot of the screenshots. I think no matter what, any of those things are transferable. Like all of that is transferable. I tried the Aura AI plugin for UE5. It's horrible. UE5 AI is so far to go. Listen, I don't want any of that dog shit in my fucking editor. I can try it out in my IDE, in Writer, but if I have something in my fucking editor, I'm going to tear my fucking hair out. It's already enough to deal with. It did call the event. It's just Canfire was... Wait, hold on. I don't know, man. Hold on. No, stop. What are you doing? No, what are you doing? What the? What? Oh, I'm in simulate mode for some reason. I don't know why I was in simulate. It's calling the event. It's just campfire is set to false. Oh, wait. Wait, campfire is going. Am I fucking? Am I dummy? I'm a dummy. This should be like this. Wait, no, this should be like. God, this sucks. This code sucks. This code's shit, man. This is just all just a bunch. Oh, this fucking dookie, wet dookie. You know, Dan, you should add more clothing like goggles and ballistic helmets and equipable rifles in the menu. Also, you should add a testing arena for like a little sandbox. What level is that you shoot through? You jump through the window and shoot everyone. That would be one of the Tokyo levels. I think it's the last Tokyo level. I forget what it was called. I think it's Kanji or Sashimi. That's the one for that one. A little sandbox. I'm sure a modder will probably get one going, like a little sandbox area. In terms of clothing, I don't know if I'm going to add more clothing. Because if I start adding in more clothing, everyone's going to want, you know, their suggestions to get in. I think I'll just let modders put that in. I'm going to make a system to make modders easier to, you know, make their own custom stuff. And then that way, you know, people can put in a bunch of their own things and whatnot. Yeah. Also, I'm John Wick right now. Hey, I'm sorry to hear about your wife and dog and car and friends and what else happened? Okay, this should work now. What do you mean it doesn't work? What the hell? No, don't do that. Oh, what did you do? Oh, don't know. That was the wrong button. And house. Yeah, sorry about your house too. Yeah, true. Wait, what? It's returning true now. And now we reloaded. Wait, Wait, I'm so good. Wait, now it's false. What the heck? Why is campfire set to false? Go to the punch. Go to punch. Melee graph. Melee graph punching. Reset melee combos. What? What the hell? Chill, I've only seen the first John Wick. Hey, listen, that's on you, okay? Get out of here and go watch the damn... Just watch the damn... Oh, God. Add a modifier which makes every gun dual wield? I don't know if I could do that. I might That might be kind of hard to do. I have been thinking of making it so the little dinky pistols, the pistols that the enemies drop, I've been thinking of making it so you could dual wield those. I'm not sure though. Can't, no promises. No promises. What's the state of the mod system? I have not put in anything yet, but Mike on the Discord has been making his own kind of mod loader and stuff. Which is neat. Pretty cool. But no progress on that yet. No progress on that yet. For me to have all of that stuff released, I'd probably want to do like a whole like thing, maybe. I don't know. Don't know yet. Maybe allow next melee attack gets called before can fire gets set to true. Let's see if we cut this. Do we cause bugs? If we cut can fire, do we end up bugging out the game? That's not what I meant to do. Whoopsies. Okay, it's working now, but the problem is... Would you make the uniform math to survive each level? For example, mine has like tactical beach shirt dudes and Tokyo has Yakuza. I would love to do that, but that would probably be a lot of work that I don't think I'd be able to do. I do want to make it so we change some of the models of some of the enemies, because I do think that's one problem, is that all of the enemies, even though they have different behaviors, a lot of them kind of look the same. It's the hooded guys. That's one thing I do want to change. I think that would be a good thing to change, because that's not just from an art standpoint, that's kind of like a game design thing as well. Yeah. First time ever playing a game and I love it. Hey, I'm glad you enjoy it. And hopefully enjoy the future levels as well. Or the other levels. So there are some levels I do need to make some improvements on. Okay, so what I want to test out, if I think the reload gets canceled when you do an execution, which is good for us. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. So now you get... So now there's an input queue for reloading, which should feel pretty good. Which means you don't have to like spam the button. And it no longer gets canceled when you dodge, which should also be a pretty good improvement as well. That being said, you can't reload while sidestepping. So maybe I make it so you can reload while sidestepping no matter what. The problem is we have not dashing in here. Let's Let's say we cut that. What happens if we try to reload while dashing? I think the thing is, it's gonna check if there's a montage. Okay, well, at least this is an improvement. Get play length is more than the position. Let's do divide by 2. That should make it so you queue up the reload a lot faster. Wait, I might have to do it. Wait, hold on. Get position is more than the play length. 5? Does the number need to be larger for us to be able to queue it faster? Wait, hold on. Yeah, let's say, sure. Oh, interesting. I'm trying to reload right after shooting. And, it's calling the... Interesting. Hold on. I think we actually want to copy this. Because the recoil is causing it to not allow us to reload immediately after firing, which sucks. Does not feel good doing that. VR support, then you make a lot of money. You can play in UE VR. Obviously, though, there are some little quirky things to it. You can play it in UE VR, though. It's definitely something you can do. Okay. You can immediately reload after firing now. Okay, good. Okay, good. Because the recoil was definitely causing an issue there. I have an idea. Where's Punch? Punch, where are you, Punch? Punch. I'm gonna change the 0.22 seconds. Extremely specific. It's very oddly specific. Do 0.28? Wait, no. We want this to be smaller. 0.17. Oh, see here we're doing the play length. But the problem is sometimes we can't get the actual montage because there's no montage available. Which is really bad. It's really bad. Do divided by 4. Which means... Huh. Oh, can melee combo is set to true. But then the thing is the attack doesn't go through because the can melee combo. Let's try cutting that. Hey, stop. Remove that. I'm trying to work here, man. Okay, now let me change the timing. Imperious. Grim with the fresh cut. Thank you. Thank you. Full motion control VR support. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get to that. Physical I don't know. I've never looked at the tutorial, but yeah, a little something like that. You can make it so when an enemy gets hit, you can like make them bounce back from it. That's kind of how we do a lot of our like impact. Like if I go over here and grab one of these pistols, you can see kind of like some animation that we play where they get hit from. You can do a lot of cool stuff with physical animation. I haven't even like, I've only like scratched the surface with it, honestly. Okay, so what I wanted to change is the timing here. We have 17. Let's do like over... Let's do 24. No, let's do 22, which is what we had earlier. It's just the thing is, now that we cut that out, that kind of changes a few things, of course. I think that makes the input queuing better. It's a lot more forgiving. You guys can kind of see that in the top left if you can read that. So every time I queue up a button, which is like me trying to push a button, it's gonna queue it up for the next when it can do the next action. So I can do punch, shoot, punch, kick, shoot, as long as I kick it at the right... I also don't want a buffer to take too long, because then it could look weird. Because like the click technically is slightly delayed. So that could, you know... Or things like that happen. Actually, some katana dismemberment. So, it's random, and it's a little broken, because sometimes it only, like... The entire body disappears for some reason. I don't know why that's happening. I think that bug happened when we upgraded the project a long time ago. So I gotta fix that. When you do a katana execute, though, you're guaranteed to do it like a dismemberment. And it works just fine in the editor, but for some reason in the game, it breaks. Is this my Discord? Wait, which one? This is my Discord. So if you guys do ! Discord, it'll come up. The sounds? Wait, you guys hearing sounds? You shouldn't hear any Discord sounds. I don't have any Discord sounds. I'm on Do Not Disturb. So that'd be weird if you guys were hearing Discord sounds. That might be your computer. Yeah, melee feels a little better. You guys hear Discord sounds? I think you guys are hallucinating. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I feel like you might be hallucinating a little bit. Are the sounds in the room with us? Okay, hopefully this feels better and less people feel input loss. Should I shut down my Discord? It might be your Discord. I don't know what to tell you. All right, good stream. Did a little bit of fixing. I think we did some other shit we could fix as well, but yeah. Keep working on it. I'm gonna try to, you know, flesh out the game, but you know, like flesh it out as in like polish and cleaning it up where I can. But at some point, I will move on to the next game and work on the next thing, and I'll try to put it in a place where modders can do a bunch of cool shit and whatnot, and they can play around with it and have a good time with it, and yeah. You explain the process of the game, like the pipeline. Do you have someone working on these executions, texturing, UV unwrapping, coding? I know it's mostly just you by yourself. It's just me by myself. Just me. Marketplace assets. I used to have an animator a long time ago, like probably 2 years ago now, I think. For a few of the levels, I had two people contracted to do a few of the levels to fill in some of the environment artwork. But I still edited the levels, polished them up a bit, did the gameplay for them, all that stuff. I have thought about that. Yeah, I've thought about adding different colors for weapons. I have thought about that. I probably will do that at some point or another, because I understand some people wouldn't mind having that. I think it'd be interesting for sure. Because then it makes it easier to differentiate some weapons, like the baseball bat and the katana versus other weapons, for sure. Maybe I can get it in for this patch. I don't know. Let's see if I could do that. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, another thing we should probably do for this update is controller haptics, at least basic controller haptics, making a controller vibrate and whatnot. The thing is, before I add this, I'd have to make it a setting, and then I'd have to localize the setting. It never ends. To do one thing, I got to do 15 other things. Yeah. All right. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. Thanks for lurking, chat. I'm going to try to get a few more of these things done, but I am hungry. I want to eat some food. So on that note, goodbye. Goodbye. See you tomorrow, hopefully. I busy tomorrow? I might be busy tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe a later stream in the day. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay. Goodbye. See you then.